What's up, guys? This is Alex with RJOCD Recovery. We've got a very interesting topic for today's video. Normally, I am one to talk about taking full responsibility and accountability for your emotions, for what you are experiencing with retroactive jealousy and insecurity in your relationship. But today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different that actually has a bit more to do with the partner that the RJ sufferer is with, and how the partner can actually be impacting and fueling some of the insecurity and the jealousy in the RJ sufferer. So the topic today is all based upon attachment theory, which is basically any one person's ability to give and receive love with other people. You're either secure, which means you can trust other people and you feel good about getting their love. You're anxious, which means you don't feel worthy of love, so you have to work harder and overcompensate to get that love. Or avoidant, which means you don't trust other people, they're not going to act in good faith, and they're always going to stab you in the back as soon as you turn away from them. So those are the three different attachment styles. You can be both anxious or avoidant, or a combination of the two, and have retroactive jealousy. It really just depends on how your brain and nervous system is interpreting the information in your environment and how it will manifest. And sometimes it manifests in obsessive retroactive jealousy. But there are some people who have never had retroactive jealousy in any of their relationships, and then they get in a new relationship and they immediately get retroactive jealousy. Or they had a more subtle version of retroactive jealousy that has completely ramped up with the partner that they're with right now. So what's going on here? If we're using the term jealousy as most people understand it, then basically what's going on is the RJ sufferer is dealing with anxious attachment and their partner is dealing with avoidant attachment. And the anxious partner doesn't feel safe in the relationship because they're comparing themselves to other people, or in this case, their avoidant partner's past. And in this specific scenario, the avoidant partner could be using specific details about their own past to get certain reactions from the anxious partner who's suffering from retroactive jealousy. The avoidant partner could be making their partner feel totally unlovable and worthless because they're giving details about their past, and immediately the anxious partner is like, oh my God, like I have to compare myself to these people. I'm never going to live up. What do I have to do? I have to control the environment. I have to blah, blah, blah. And it just completely sets their nervous system on fire, and they cannot relax. Additionally, the avoidant partner can be totally unclear with their communication. And clear communication is something that can be very valuable for the anxious partner in helping to feel calm, because they can make sense of things in their mind. But in this scenario, the avoidant partner could say one thing to their anxious partner and have evidence of things they've done in their past that are the complete opposite. And the anxious RJ sufferer cannot make sense of this in their minds. The anxious partner is trying to make sense of all this because they think it has something to do with them. They think that something's wrong with them. They believe they're not good enough. Obviously, this is totally nonsense, but it's difficult for that person to believe that, when in reality, it could literally just be in part that they're dating somebody who is making their life a living hell, making them feel jealous. I can say for my own story in healing from retroactive jealousy that one of the main things that fueled the jealousy and the obsessions about my partner's past at the time was that they had actually bragged to me about some of the things that they had done in the past. Now, in the moment, I had interpreted that bragging as, I'm not good enough. I'm not living up to the expectations that I need to be setting. I'm going to lose this person if I don't change some of these things up. It's very easy for the anxious person to feel jealous and feel like they've missed out on something because the avoidant partner is communicating to them in that specific way. Instead of just communicating that this is something that they've done in the past, they're communicating it in a way that makes the anxious partner believe that it matters more than it actually does, or implying that the anxious person is not good enough. So how do we resolve this? What you have to understand is that the quality of your life comes down to two simple things: your emotions and the meaning that you give things. If you're giving some kind of meaning to the way that you are being treated by another person, you're leaving the door open for suffering. When you clean up your own emotional state and assign proper and healthy meaning to love, sex, and relationships, you will not be jealous of things that are unimportant and unfulfilling. you will recognize that what you actually have in this committed relationship that you're in is the most important thing, is the most fulfilling thing. And really, the only reason why your avoidant attached partner who is making your life hell and giving you this jealousy is because they themselves are also miserable inside. They also feel immense fear and they feel shame inside. And this makes them want to hide from other people and manipulate their environment in the way that works best for their needs. Anything that your partner is saying about their own past in a way that's deflective or braggadocious, it's because they feel shameful about their own past and it's too difficult for them to reconcile for it. Or this is just a way that they figured out that they can manipulate you to behave in a certain way that makes them feel safer. It's easier for them to push their own past onto you to make them feel better about themselves, to make it about you and not them. They might be making you feel unlovable and that you have to work harder to earn their love. But you have to understand that they are also dealing with tremendous pain that they don't know how to deal with. They are completely unaware of themselves and most likely unwilling to look at the problems inside of them that they haven't been able to resolve. I can assure you that your partner's past has nothing to do with you. And so if your partner has implied that it does have something to do with you and your worthiness of love, this is false. If you are going through a scenario very similar to this, here's the advice that I have for you. Number one is you have to start telling yourself and eventually believing that you are worthy of whatever kind of relationship and love that you want. So if you do not feel like you are getting that from this person, then you have every right to break up with them and look for something that works better for you and what you are actually looking for. I would say this is the most productive decision and solution that you can go about, especially if you have a feeling that your partner is not willing to work on themselves and heal their own broken attachment. If your partner is unwilling to work on themselves and they're making excuses and they don't want to improve the quality of your relationship, then that shows you their character. That shows you what you are going to get from them. And they're going to keep giving you the same sort of behavior that's triggering the jealousy that you're experiencing. You cannot force anyone to change and work on themselves. They have to actually become inspired to do so themselves. So communicate to them what you are looking for and what you are hoping that they're able to do to make the relationship work. And if you don't feel like you're getting that from your partner, then you have to be super honest with yourself. Are you willing to put up with this sort of behavior, this sort of communication that you're getting from your partner that could be fueling the jealousy that you are experiencing? If you can combine these elevated standards and expectations that you're holding for the relationships that you want to be in, while also putting together a strong effort to heal your own self and heal your insecurities, then you're going to be able to create the relationship that you want. You're going to attract a secure partner that's going to help you feel safe and loved, and it's not going to fuel some of this jealousy here. All right. That is it for this video. I hope you got some value from it. If you need help in overcoming retroactive jealousy and OCD, sign up for a free consult in the description box below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.